You know, the idea of being able to create my own guitar has always been a dream. I think it's everybody's dream, especially when you're growing up, you draw guitars. Unfortunately, when you're a kid and you draw a guitar, it looks like a ray gun and it looks less like a guitar. But I think given the opportunity to really design something, I found myself leaning on the past. Tradition is really at the core of everything that I try to design. Is it part of the set neck school? Sure. You know, there's only two ways to go. You either have a bolt-on neck or you have a set neck. And since I started playing initially on Gibsons and guitars like that, that's really the school I come from. You know, mini humbuckers are something that were tried and true, and I try to keep that in the equation when I'm designing a guitar. Something that's been around for a while is around for a while because it works. The great thing with my relationship with Washburn is that they pretty much give me the freedom to run amok, and I hold their hand to the fire to make sure that we stay true to tradition. I'm a big believer in the greatest guitars were made already, and now all we can do is emulate them. There's no secret to making a great guitar. Anybody can do it. All you need is great components and great woods, and the rest is just about craftsmanship. A lot of our classic albums were recorded with mahogany guitars like this, and combinations of pickups. You know, I knew Larry DiMarzio when first time I met the guy. I thought he was out of his mind. He was this guy hand-winding pickups, and I was thinking, why hand-wind a pickup when you can buy one, you know, at Manny's music store? So, you know, at really the birth of custom pickups, I was aware of everything that was going on. So, you know, there was always the curiosity of how one pickup differed from the other. But again, go back to the tried and true stuff. Relicking is relatively simple. You know, a guy with an axe and a hammer can say he's relicked a guitar. It's all about the skill and the person doing it. And Gord Miller, who does the relicking on these, is brilliant. It kind of bridges the gap between art and a vintage instrument, so we're very proud of these. The idea with the guitar was to create something classic, something that echoes things that have been here before, but improves on it. Whatever guitars this may remind you of, quite honestly, this kills them because it's better balanced. The tone is tremendous. The neck, the radius, the action, everything about it, the playability. It's great because you can literally have it around your neck and let go, and it stays horizontal, whereas other guitars, because of heavy tuning pegs or other things, will just dip and hit the ground. You know, the inlays are something that I've done over the years. These abalone and mother of pearl, you know, split blocks, and you've got these classic big frets. You know, this is the guitar I always wanted that never was. Ultimately, I found my way to Washburn, and the thing I love there is that there are really great craftsmen there, but you don't have the red tape you have at a company where someone has to call someone who has to call someone who has to clear what you did, and 5 months later you get a prototype that's completely wrong. And I went through that. So Washburn, literally, when I started working with them, I sketched something out, and within 6 weeks I had a finished guitar to look at. So I've always been proud of my relationship with Washburn because everything we do harkens back to the golden age. You know, there's a reason why everybody has always wanted vintage guitars. And the reason is because they were well crafted, the combination of woods was right, the combination of pickups, and you know, that's at the core of what I try to do. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. There's a great wheel. All I'm trying to do is put my own spin on it. This is the ultimate guitar.